Beyond the Badge is brought to you by the Edina Crime Prevention Fund.
Welcome to Beyond the Badge, a program about the inner workings of the Edina Police Department. Thanks for joining us. I'm Officer Brian Hubbard. Compared to other area suburbs, Edina's crime rates are low, due in part to the police officers who work in the community. Last year, the Edina Crime Prevention Fund presented the first Mike Sitarii Officer of the Year Award in an effort to bring public attention to the work of our police department and to honor one exceptional officer whose service goes above and beyond. The 2012 winner was Joel Moore.
I would ask Officer Joel Moore to step to the front of the room.
When I got the Officer of the Year Award, I was very excited and quite humbled by the acknowledgement of receiving such a prestigious award.
The nomination process for the 2013 Officer of the Year Award is underway. To make a nomination, email the officer's name with why you think he or she is deserving of the award to kmartin@edinamn.gov. The last day to submit your nominations is Monday, October 15th. After the submissions are reviewed by the Crime Fund and Chief Jeff Long, the recipient will be announced in January 2013. This time of year, one question is on the minds of many children. What am I going to be for Halloween? Many kids, and adults too, look forward to a fun-filled evening of candy and costumes. Following a few simple guidelines can help ensure both a safe and enjoyable trick-or-treating experience. City Council member Josh Sprague is out in one of Edina's neighborhoods to give us some safety tips.
Hey everybody! How you doing today?
Yeah!
Are you wondering why we're going trick-or-treating early?
Yeah!
We're here to learn some very important Halloween safety tips. Rule number 1, make sure you have well-fitting masks, costumes, and accessories so you don't have any blocked vision or trip or fall when you're out there going house to house. Rule number 2, make sure any swords, knives, or other costume accessories are short, soft, and flexible. Is this the right size?
No!
That's too big. How about this?
Yeah!
Props need to be short, soft, and flexible. And rule number 3, always make sure you fasten reflective tape to your costumes and accessories. That way drivers can see you when you're getting close to the road.
Are we ever gonna get out of here?
We are. I got one more question for you. What is a ghost's favorite dessert? Ice cream!
Oh, water!
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld...
Now, here's a few tips your mommy and daddy probably won't tell you. Number 1, when you get to the door, ring the doorbell multiple times.
Come on, everybody.
Number 2, make sure you scream really loud when that person comes to the door.
Holy moly!
Number 3, make sure you take multiple pieces of candy, as many as you fit in your bag.
So, what do you guys need?
Candy!
Candy, huh?
Trick or treat!
Hi guys. What are you doing here so early tonight?
We're practicing safety.
Practicing safety?
Now guys, I almost forgot. When you're crossing a street, make sure you walk, stay together with the group, look both ways,
And hold hands.
and hold hands. And if there's a crosswalk, make sure you use the crosswalk. By the way, why do mummies make the best employees? They get all wrapped up in their work. Let's go.
Guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son.
Come on guys, let's see what you got. Oh wait, I almost forgot. We gotta go over a couple more tips.
Oh, man.
Now, really quick, now before you eat your food, you gotta check your treats for any choking hazards and tampering. And make sure to limit the amount of candy that you eat. And avoid any homemade treats.
Does that mean I can't have pie?
That's exactly what it means. Maybe it's okay.
Thank you, Josh. Because Halloween falls on a Wednesday this year, it might be a good idea to get your children out the door a little earlier so you can wrap up trick-or-treating before little ones get tired. Remember, curfew for children under 12 is 9 p.m. on weeknights. For children 12 to 14, curfew is 10 p.m., and for 15 to 17-year-olds, it's 11 p.m. Prior to the social media revolution, schoolyard bullies often operated in plain sight, making it easier to catch them in the act and discipline them accordingly. Now, the same taunting and threatening behavior has moved from school property into the home with the advent of cyberbullying. This type of harassment happens online and often under the radar of adult supervision, but its impact on the intended targets has the same harmful effects. Let's go to Officer Aaron White, who is with the Edina Public Schools Secondary Technology Integration Specialist, to talk about the effects of cyberbullying and what we can do to protect our children.
Thanks, Brian. Today I'm at Edina High School and I'm in the Media Center. And we're going to talk about the topic of cyberbullying. And to do that, I'm joined by Mike Walker. Mike, thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
Tell me your title.
I'm Secondary Technology Integration Specialist for Edina Schools, so I work with staff at Southview, Valley View, and the high school.
Okay, thank you. I have you do that because that's a that's a big title.
It is a mouthful.
And I should tell viewers that I normally do this in my police uniform, but in my role as school resource officer, you and I interact looking a little bit more like this. So I thought, in the library today, I would just stay comfortable. But this is a really important topic. And when we honestly were in school, the school day ended at 3 o'clock or so, didn't it? And that's really changed. How has that changed?
Well, just like we have kind of extended the school day by providing online resources, today's kids are able to get online and access information, play games and other things like that we didn't necessarily have access to. And it's allowed them to have interactions with the world, basically. And so that's a little bit different than our experience maybe where we were interacting just in our neighborhood.
It's a 24-hour thing now. The
It is.
texting, the social networking, none of that gets shut off. So in our day, if we had a little trouble at school or a bad school day, we could kind of turn it off and go home. If
Right.
a kid is dealing with bullies or harassment, that doesn't stop when the school bell rings. It comes home on the social networking and the text messaging.
Exactly, and that's something that our kids today are having to deal with. As parents, I'm a parent of 2 middle schoolers myself, and I think it's really important that we are involved and kind of understand that and kind of help them navigate those waters.
Sure. And that raises probably the big question of the day. Let's be honest, a lot of times kids nowadays are so exposed to the technology, they may be quite a bit more sophisticated than their parents. What can parents do? What do they need to know? And what can they do to better understand this technology?
Well, I think it's really important for parents to be informed, to either get on those social networks, look at the different policies. For example, Facebook's policy says that students under age 13 aren't supposed to be on, but we know that they are, sometimes with parent approval in that, and that can be problematic because developmentally they might not be ready for it. Along with being involved, kind of be the parent over shoulder a little bit and kind of check in on their kids and see what they're doing. Maybe have some discussions with your kids about screen time and how long they're online. Maybe some rules about, phones get put away in a certain spot at the end of the day at a certain point before they go to bed, or screens are available only at certain times or in common areas. Those are some of the things that can kind of help.
The school, and even in my role as the police, we can do certain things during the school day here to make sure kids are safe. You guys with some technology and with the monitoring of the systems, but that becomes the parent's role at home.
If it happens on our school network or with our equipment, or it impacts the school environment, we can kind of step in. There's some laws in place to handle that. But if it's outside of the school day, totally not on any of our systems and things like that, it's really the parent's job to kind of keep track of that.
Now maybe somebody is thinking, my kid is not dealing with this. They're not being harassed, they're not being bullied. There's another component, isn't it? Even if they're just out there using these sites, they're really creating a history.
Exactly, and we kind of call that the digital footprint. And so it's kind of important for our kids to realize that they need to be Googled well. If they put their name or their screen names and things into Google and see what comes out, they want it to be positive because employers, colleges are looking at that information, kind of checking that out. And you want to have a positive digital footprint. And so it's important for parents to kind of keep track of that. And it's also important for parents to model. If you think about after sporting events or other things, parents might get on and they're upset, and on Facebook or Twitter they might send some stuff out that, if they go back and think about it, it might not be appropriate. And we want to model good digital citizenship for our students.
So if somebody watching this is saying, hey, I don't know anything about Facebook, Twitter, or anything else my kids are using. What do you suggest they do to kind of get up to speed enough so that they can be kind of a part of that conversation?
Community Ed in Edina has some social media courses that you can take. In addition, just getting on those sites, maybe creating an account to explore and kind of do a little bit of monitoring of your students is helpful. And we have some websites available. Our Go Wireless Bring Your Own Device website, which is accessed on our district page, has some resources for parents to kind of help them navigate these waters.
Well, Mike, thank you for taking some time. This is a big topic. It's technology and some of the pitfalls are no doubt going to be a conversation we're going to have a lot in the future. So thank you for your time today.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Mike Walker is with Edina Public Schools, and we'll return to you, Brian.
Thank you, Aaron. When promoting philanthropy, sometimes a little competition can be a good incentive. The Memorial Blood Centers encourages blood donation with its annual Battle of the Badges. In the late summer contest, metro area fire and police departments engage in a contest whose winner is determined by the volume donated by their employees and community supporters.
I just know that it's important to give blood and that it's needed, and we need to make sure that it's there. It's a free thing you can do to help other people. And it's just a nice way that just involves a little bit of time to give back to the community.
The Edina Police Department won the battle, collecting 75 community votes and 65 units of blood. The next City of Edina blood drive will be held on December 12th. The City of Edina and the Edina Police Department are saddened by the recent loss of Sergeant Steve Stroh. Stroh began his career with the Edina Police Department in 1987, starting as a community service officer and working his way up to sergeant. On August 25th, Steve Stroh lost his 4-year battle with multiple myeloma.
He was the heart and soul of this police department. Obviously, when you work someplace for 25 years, people get to know you. And Steve was involved in so many different aspects of this department, whether it was in investigations, patrol, the schools. He just had an impact every place he went.
Sergeant Stroh was an important fixture in the community and will be missed. On behalf of my co-host, Officer Aaron White, and the rest of the officers of the Edina Police Department, thanks for tuning in to learn a little bit more of what goes on beyond the badge. Until next time, stay safe.
Beyond the Badge is brought to you by the Edina Crime Prevention Fund.